Hello friends, welcome to Data Pandit. Today we are going to talk about Amazon Document DB. So in earlier sessions we talked about difference between SQL databases and NoSQL databases, and then in the second session we talked about what different operations can be done in NoSQL databases like insertion and deletion operation and removal operation and retrieval operation, right? So today we are going to do the hands-on exercises using the Amazon Document DB with MongoDB compatibility. We are going to create a Cloud9 environment which gives the cloud AWS CLI, and through that we are going to create the MongoDB connectivity with the Amazon DB. So let's go ahead and see in Amazon Management Console what we have. So currently what I have done is I have created everything. So I would start giving you the instructions how we are going to create everything from the scratch. So let's see this. So if you look at this picture, so what is there in that is Amazon Document DB is going to be Amazon NoSQL, or document-based database service, and it's going to be work on just on documents, and it's going to be working on top of Amazon EC2 instance, or Amazon AWS, probably Lambda, EKS, or Amazon ECS. We are going to see the Amazon EC2. Okay, on and above, we are going to Amazon cluster, so that will be creating Amazon EC2 instance on top of that. Okay, so how the different so data is generated from different APIs like Amazon Guard Duty, Amazon Translate, or Amazon Transcribe, right? So they are these are modern APIs, like these. They are going to create data in the form of JSON, and then this data is going to fed into the Amazon Document DB through Amazon EC2 instance, right? So let's go ahead and see how we are going to create this every environment. Okay, so first we are going to create the document DB Cloud9 environment. Okay, so that environment would be looks like this after creating. Okay, so let me show you what it would look like. Let's say, right? So what is going to happen is this is the document DB console. So if you look at the services, so go to the Cloud9. First, we are going to create the Cloud9 environment. Okay, so Cloud9 is a IDE environment. So wherein we can create our code, and it gives the runtime environment for different languages. So languages in the sense of let's say run with C, C++, CoffeeScript, Go language, Google, Java, Node.js, PSP, CLI, Python 2, 3, Ruby, Shell script, right? So likewise, there are around 20 plus languages, get supported by Cloud9 environment. Also, it comes with the AWS CLI. So if you look at the below command line, right? So this is Mongo Shell. Okay. So whenever you create the Cloud9 environment using this wizard, right? So if you click on create environment, okay, so it will be asking for name of the Cloud9 environment and then description. Then go to the next. Okay, if you give the name, let's say GG, and go to the next. Okay, then it is will be asking for the environment settings, right? Which is if you're there are three options of creating a Cloud9 environment. Whether you are creating on and above EC2 instance, which is a direct service through the from the AWS itself. It is a AWS native setup. And if you are creating a new no ingress EC2 instance, then there will be a system manager. So that system manager will be, will be launching within that environment, and that will be used for connectivity. Okay, and if you have, your local server, your let's say on-premise Linux server is there, then you can use these options, and then you can create, you can connect with the SSH through, you know, to the Cloud9 environment from that machine. Okay, and I'm taking the T2.micro. Okay, so 1 GB RAM and one CPU is going to be there, and then Amazon Linux 2 is I'm going to take. Okay, so in network and settings, what you need to do is you need to create take the VPC default VPC. Okay, and subnet. Maybe you can create take one of the subnet. Okay, and then you go to the next step. Okay, and then you just review your settings and then create the environment. So I'm not going to create the environment. So whenever you click on create environment, you will have within few seconds, you will have an environment like this within few minutes, I think. So within a few minutes, you would have an environment like this, Cloud9 editor. This is an editor actually. So you can create, new file, or you can open your new file. You can edit, okay, and you can create your Python program over here, and then you can run the programs, and you can create packages, and you can create a whole application, and then you can create the repository. Okay, so see, if you click on here, see initialize repository, you can you initialize the repository, you can clone the repository, you can bundle your all the code into the repository, and many more applications you can create and then deploy into the cloud. Okay, and if you click on AWS, then there will be, AWS related application would be coming, right? AWS Historian, API Gateway, Cloud Formation, ECR, and, okay, and within that there will be a AWS CLI. So AWS CLI will be coming. So right now this is looks like a Mongo shell because I have run few scripts so that it converted into a Mongo shell. But it by default it comes with the AWS CLI package. So that itself is a, runtime, and supports many tools and runtime environment for many languages and platforms. You can create your own code and you can run your code. Okay. Now this is one thing we have created the Cloud9 environment. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this because I have created the Cloud9 environment. This is my Cloud9 environment where this is document DB Cloud9 OpenID. If I click on OpenID, it will be coming like this. Okay, and let's say what is the view detail. If I view the details, then name, type EC2 instance, you can set EC2 instance type, memory, CPU, all the details. You can security group, what is security group, what is the virtual private cloud, what is the subnet group. Okay, so everything you can check over here. Okay, and I'm going to cancel this. Go to the environments and view details is there. Okay, so this is Cloud9 environment and account environment. So this has been created. So it is saying that AWS root account login detected. So this is not recommended to use a root environment, root logins. You create your AMI account and you give the different permissions for different. You create the user login in such a way that you will have permissions to create the Cloud9 environment and document DB cluster. So now what we have done is we are going to create a security group. So if you go to the EC2, so whenever you go to the EC2 dashboard, so if you have created a Cloud9 environment, you will have one instance running. Okay. So if you look at the instance, this is the Cloud9 environment, but we have created already, right? So this environment. So this is running on and above the EC2 instance. Okay. So this EC2 instance would be running, and status set would be like 2 and 2, US West. Okay, I'm creating everything in Oregon, US West region. Okay, So if you look at this, so this will be a, a private address and public address, and everything would be on and above this EC2 instance. Okay, this Cloud9 environment. Now, so this is going to come automatically whenever you create a Cloud9 environment, right? Using this one, this wizard. So that instance is going to be created automatically on background. Okay, if you come and see here, then it will be visible. Now we have to create one security group. Okay, to connect with the Cloud9 environment with the Amazon Document DB. Okay, so we have to have one security group which we are going to specify by creating the Amazon Document DB cluster, so that there will be a port compatible port communication. Okay, so let's go ahead and see, go to the EC2 dashboard, and we have security group options, network and security group. So what I have created is, I have created this security group. So how, what different you need to do in this security group is, you need to let me go to the security group, and this security group I have created. Okay, let me go to the security group. Amazon, yeah, this is the Cloud9 document DB. Okay. This security group I have created, and if you look at the inbound rule, you go to the edit inbound rule. So if you look at this, probably, yeah, you go to the this security group. Okay, so this security group I have named it as demo document DB. So in this security group, you create the security group using this wizard. That you create security group. Okay, and give you the name of the security group, description, and VPC. You take the default VPC. Okay, and while specifying the add rule, you need to create, give the name as a custom TCP IP. Okay, and give the this port range is 27017. Okay, 27017, and here you type cloud, CLOUD, cloud 9, and you will have this AWS Cloud9 document DB Cloud9. Okay, so document DB Cloud9 is our document DB Cloud9. Okay, this name of the Cloud9 environment. So you specify here. So here you need to give 27017. This is the port for default port for document DB cluster. Okay, and here you type the Cloud9, and you will have UD Cloud9. So okay, if I type CLO Cloud9, so this is going to come. Okay, document DB Cloud9. So you select it and you save it. Okay, you give the name and all. Okay, and then click on the security group. So likewise, I have created this security group, doc demo doc DB. Okay, so see, if you see this, my 27017, right? This port range and custom TCP protocol, and my source is this document DB Cloud9. So this is, you need to create the security group to establish the communication between Amazon Document DB cluster and the Document DB cloud environment. Okay, so this is the second step, major step. First, we have created a Document DB Cloud9 environment, which looks like this, and this is the that Cloud9 dashboard. Okay, so here we have one instance of it. Okay, now we have to create the cluster. And if you look at the Amazon Document DB, you need to go to the Amazon Document DB, Cloud9 and EC2. Three wizard you need to go. So now I need to go to the Amazon Cloud Document DB. Okay. If you launch this, so this, it will be asking to dashboard. This is my dashboard. I have one cluster already running. So I'm not going to create new one, but I'll show you the steps how to do it. So go to the dashboard, then go to create cluster. Then you don't have to do anything much here. Okay, but you can select these machines. Okay, what large number or X large or whatever you need. But I have taken one instance of it. So for availability, for higher availability, you can create a minimum three. By default it comes as three. You can create those many. Then authentication, you need to give the password, username. AWS user, I'm just giving username. let's say, and password you need to give. And then what you need to do is you go to the show advanced settings. Okay, in that you have a virtual private cloud. You give the default virtual private cloud. Okay, because we have created the security group in the default virtual private cloud, right? In the EC2 instance. So this is there now VPC. This is a default virtual private cloud. Okay. So you need to take the that virtual private cloud which you have used while creating the security group. Okay. Now you need to give the default subnet group. Here you need to give the this one demo document DB VPC. See VPC security group. This VPC security group I need to give. Okay, while creating it. Okay, this is that. Okay, then you need to click on just create cluster, and it will take a few minutes to create the cluster like this. Okay, because I have already created the cluster, so my cluster is already there. If you go to the clusters, I have one cluster. Okay, so this kind of wizard will looking like, and it will be saying initializing or creating something. Okay, then in few minutes this will be available. Okay, available to do. So if you go to this instance, and so now the fourth step, what we need to do is we need to create the document DB Mongo shell. So like I said, the by default there will be AWS CLI, the EC2, hyphen user environment would be coming. So from here I have run three scripts, okay, to get my get my RDS 0 primary prompt. So earlier, what was the prompt? Earlier, the prompt was EC2 hyphen user environment. Okay, this was the prompt. So after running, there are three script actually. So first step is to create the repository file. So to create the repository file, I need to run this this command. So these commands I'm going to place in description section of this video. So you need to run this command, and the second step is, so I have run this command over here. Okay, I have run the command, then this will be coming, and then I have run the sudo yum install. So I have installed the MongoDB shell. Okay, so MongoDB shell command is step sudo yum install -y MongoDB or shell. So this shell I need to install. So these two steps you need to do, and then there is a third step. So the third step I'm going to talk about is this. So in third step, let's go to the DB2 console. So there is a connectivity and security. So if you go to the document DB, if you go to the dashboard, and then you go to the clusters, click on cluster, click on this instance, primary instance, go to this primary instance, and then go to the connectivity and security tab, and then there will be a command. Download that Amazon document DB certificate authority. So you need to copy this, and you need to you need to you need to go to the Cloud9 environment, and you need to wget, right? I have tested. So you need to run the this command. What is this command? Is this is to between the Mongo shell and document DB, you need to certify the authority. Okay. So after that, the final step is to run this command, okay, to connect to the instance with the Mongo shell. So you need to copy this, or you can copy like this, and you can copy everything this, and you can paste over here. Okay, everything. And in place of insert your password, you need to give your password. Like I had my password while creating the cluster, right? By clicking this was asking for password, right? So that password I need to give. As soon as you give the password and enter, enter the, enter, press enter, then you will be seeing the, what? You will be seeing the RDS 0 primary. Okay, so MongoDB detected. So if you get this prompt, it means that you have connected successfully. Now I have already run few commands, like I was talking about. We are going to create. We are going to create some databases, right? And then we are going to create run few commands, right, over there. So I have created a collection, db.collection insert. I have inserted the hello world. And after doing that, my prompt, my response came like right result inserted one. So, and then I have, and within this constructor, I found one. So I run the find command, and then this object is retrieved. Hello DB. Then I have run the insert one. Again, I have inserted one document. Okay, and then I inserted many documents. Okay, and then I lets me retrieve now. Okay, I think I have retrieved also. So I have run the find command, right? Pretty. So this has been displayed. Okay, if I run this command again, let me run this command again. Okay, so if you run this command, so everything would be displayed. Okay, so within the example collection, every record has been displayed. The ruler, right? So let's run few more command. Okay, let's display this item. In the example document. Okay. Run this command. Okay. See item ID has been retrieved, and the item pen colors red, green, blue, black, and this inventory information has been retrieved. So let's talk about do one more thing. We are going to find an inventory where this are there. Then let's run this command. Okay, that's what we were doing, right? So this has been retrieved. Okay, so ID is this and item is this. Okay, where on hand is 47 and min on hand is 50. Okay, that's what we were looking for. Inventory, this was the command, right? Okay, now let's do one few more thing. What we need to do is let's update the document. Let's update this. Okay, and then we will find. Okay, now let's update it. So right result is not updated, and then let's give the example. Will be just copy and paste. Uh, Let me run this. Okay. So the ink pen has become. What was the command we have done is update is item pen where item ink pen become ink pen. Okay. See pen become ink pen. Okay. This was the pen and it becomes an ink pen. So likewise, we can run other commands as well, like poster pen. My colors would be orange. We run this. See, this has been done, and I have to retrieve the information. Let me do retrieval. Copy this one and db2 again find and then pretty okay. See, the poster print has become orange as well. Okay. So yeah, I mean there are we can do many more things actually. So maybe if we try to let's say insert this document. Okay. Try this command as well. So this has been inserted, okay, and then I need to update. And let me test it, update, okay, and let me. What was that? Okay. Now, if I update, then example db2 example dot find okay, everything. Oh, okay, because it was not pretty. So let's do make it pretty. dot pre double ty pretty okay. See now, this has been replaced. Doc1 is replaced by month 4 and 18. That's where we have done right 4 and 18. Doc1. Other display was like other document poster print and all, because that also in my example this. So see, this document is different in structure, but still we could able to add this, right? So that is called document based databases actually. Let me try to remove something. Okay, let's update document, and I updated, and let me see, find dot example dot db dot example db dot example dot find everything. Let's say double t y, this one. Okay, see, this paragraph has been added. Now let me remove this paragraph. Okay, it's to remove this paragraph. Okay, so now I think it has been removed. So if I do db dot example dot find everything dot pre double ty, see, this has paragraph has been removed from here. Okay, so yeah, likewise we can do different many more operations, and yeah, so if you look at this, so we have complete IDE, integrated development environment, and also the Cloud Shell and the Mongo Shell. Okay. Okay. So this is this. Okay, and our MongoDB has been created, and we have done many things. Cloud9 we have touched. We have document DB, the EC2 instance. Okay, so this is a cost involved within this document DB cluster. Okay, so you have to do is you need to remove the cluster. So you just click on it, and what the action you need to do is you need to delete, because there will be a charge involved over here. So okay, I'm going to remove whatever I have created. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel, uh, I'm going to upload many more these kind of hands-on videos. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.